Hello everyone and welcome to race 23 of 24 here for the AKG Cup Series season number 5. We're here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Rinnai Water Heaters 500. It is the penultimate race of the season. It's the penultimate race of the chase, and after this race in Homestead next week, we will determine the champion of the 5th season of the AKG Cup Series. And it's going to be a very, very tight championship. 4 points separating the top 2 guys coming into the championship. Here are the standings. Tristan Allen, the points leader, took it for his own off of Dawson Miller last week at Nashville. So Allen leading by 4 points over Miller. Then Benny Watson, fresh off his first career win in his 125th start. He is 12 points back. Alexander Rowe is 15 points back. Simon Nichols rounds out the top 5 in his final season. He is 17 back. Jake Rogers, the winner of the last 2 Atlanta races, 19 back. Noah Clifton, 22 back. Julio Caesar, the pole sitter for today's race, he's 34 back. Richard Fridge, 40 back. And then everyone else beyond that basically out of it, including guys like Jack Porkins and Brandon Bett, they're 10th and 11th. Brandon Bett, of course, 2-time series champion and 62 back, and it doesn't look like he's going to win the championship. All these guys beyond really a race, they need a miracle. And hell, you could even say that for the guys like Richard Fridge, who's 40 back, and Caesar 34. They need a miracle to go and win this championship. Everyone still has a mathematical chance, but it's very, very, very unlikely. You would need a miracle for most of these drivers. Now, in terms of this race today, the first race of the year here at Atlanta, there was a crazy race. It was an unbelievable finish. But this time, it is 500 miles. Oh, sorry, it's 126 miles, really, instead of 100 miles. So this race is going to be longer. It's going to be 82 laps instead of 65. So it's going to be a longer race. And if the first race of the year, or the first Atlanta race this year, was an indication, this race will be crazy. Of course, Rogers won that race. He's won the last 2 here at Atlanta, and he starts towards the front here as well. So keep an eye out for the number 98 car. He's, of course, 6th in points. We'll keep an eye out on him and keep an eye out on all of these championship drivers. And the starting lineup is on the bottom of the screen as per always. Julio Caesar. This is his 5th pole of the year. He's had a great year in qualifying. He's joined by Alexander Rowe. Row 2, Dawson Miller, 4 points behind Tristan Allen. Lost the championship lead last week, but he's looking to take it back. And Jack Porkins, probably out of the chase contention now, needs a miracle. Row 3, good qualifying run for Kelly Lee in the 76, starting in the top 5. Henrik Wall got his best run of the year last week at Nashville, finishing in 2nd. Row 4, the points leader, Tristan Allen, who's led the points for so much of the year, looking to extend it here today. And Dominic Anthony led a lot of laps in Nashville, but couldn't quite pull off the result he was wanting. They ran out the top 10. Good qualifying run for Richard Fridge in the 26. He's still within it. We've still got a shot. And Mitchell Collins with his 2nd consecutive top 10 start. Row 6, Brandon Bett in the 27. He looks like he will not be the 3-time series champion. Looks like he won't defend his title, but looking to end the year on a high note. And Charlie Davenport in the 42. Row 7, Darlington winner William Brock starting from the 13th position, and Zakami Yassi in the number 20, looking to just get a good couple of race results in the back end of the year. Row 8, Cody Smart in the number 2 for his own team. Not sure where the future holds for him. And Colin Denton in the 21 will be back with that team next season. Row 9, Jake Rogers in the 98 starts from the 17th position, certainly with a shot to win this one once again. And Eli Bright in the number 95 from 18th and running out the top 20. Simon Nichols comes into this race still well and truly in with a chance to win in his final season. And a good starting spot for Diego Yepes in the 47, running out the top 20. Go to the next one, Benny Watson, our last winner in the series. 125 races for Watson. Took him before he got to victory lane. He got it done last time out at Nashville, starting from 22nd. So he's got some work to do because Dawson Miller starting 3rd. Rowe starting on the front row. Tristan Allen starting 7th, so he's got some work to do throughout this race. But it is 82 laps. Look down the order. Jamie Rose got some work to do as well. She needs a miracle. Saw Clifton bit down the order in 27th. Keane rallied down in 23rd. So some chase drivers still have got their work cut out for them today. And it'll be interesting to see if they can move their way through the field. It is entirely possible I believe, particularly with the way last Atlanta race went. If it's anything like that, I would say that they've got a pretty good chance making their way through the field. And how about Sydney Curtis? First career start for Sydney Curtis there in the 44. Good to see. And good to see Maley Motorsports back in the series. Chris Maley, the owner, making with the car first start this year. Race 23 of 24. Chase race 7 of 8. Will be 82 laps long. And the pace car is coming on a pit road. It should be interesting, this race. If it's anything like last, it should be very, very enjoyable. The green flag is out and we are underway in Atlanta. And for the lead right away, Miller to the inside of his teammate Julio Caesar, and he's going to lead the first lap. That is a bonus point, and now every point is vital here in this series at this point of the season. It's so critical to get as many points, even a singular point can determine the championship. So really, it's so important to get those points. Alexander Rowe on the outside. He's down to 5th. Allen trying to make his way to the inside of the 51, and he will. And he's going to make his way into the top 5 here on lap number 2. Looking to get a race that, he dominated earlier in the season, race 5. Couldn't quite pull it off. He led a lot of laps in that race, led the most laps, and led at the white flag on the restart. Couldn't quite pull off the win as Jake Rogers got around them. We got around him as Miller. There's a little bit of a gap to Kelly Lee, who's up to 2nd. And Miller needs a good run today. It's so critical. So does Allen. So does Rowe. Rowe 15 back, and he's on the outside. He's got his teammate Anthony on the inside. He's got his teammate Porkins behind him. And it looks like Rowe might be able to clear here as the 72 to the inside. Henry Gore. Good to see Henry Gore get a 2nd place last week at Nashville. It's been a really rough chase, in particular for the 72. Only the 2 top 5s for him this year. It's been disappointing. But a good run last week. Here comes the 14, trying to go to 3 wide. He goes going to make it 3 wide. Now the inside isn't always the place to be. You can see the middle lane typically is actually the best place to be to make a pass. So you see Caesar there, just getting that run through the middle. But for Allen, looks like we still have the inside lane, and that is much preferred, much more preferred than the outside lane. Here comes the 25. He's going to come back at Henry Gore here, and he's going to look to the inside. Is he going to get down the inside? He will not. Let's stick it out for the time being. Lee back into 4th. Allen in 5th. Got Rowe on the outside. And Porkins has got around Anthony as well. Jake Rogers back in there. There's Nichols. Both those two making their way into the top 10. They started 17th and 19th. Nichols, of course, final season. Would love to get a win here today. Caesar, of course, he's got a shot at the championship as well. He's 34 back. He'd love to win and even have a chance. Even if it's not a massive chance, still have a chance at this championship. That's the 72 way up high. Kelly Lee now to the inside for the 3rd position. And Kelly Lee's got her own championship going on because she's right there with William Brock. It's not really that important, obviously, but little moral victory, little bragging rights in regards to the the highest non-chaser in the field. And right now it's right between Lee and Brock and Colin Denton. Looks like it'll be one of those 3 who'll do it. Here comes Anthony on the inside. He's moving his way up. How about Brandon Bent here in the 27? 3 wide on the inside of Rogers and Porkins. 2 guys that have had championship ambitions. Rogers, this is probably his best shot so far, to be honest. He hasn't really beat a driver that's been up here in terms of championship fight. He's had great regular seasons, but hasn't turned that into a really good chase run. As Rowe has fallen back here in the 51, and as I said before, every point is so crucial. Clifton moving up through the field here. He's in the 17th position now. He started from 27, so he's moved his way forward. And there is Watson in the 96 right now in 25th. So he has fallen back off the start. He's on the outside of Noah Kim. However, He's going to clear the 15, and there's still so much time for him to move his way through the field. And particularly, I mean, the car was extremely quick last week at Nashville. It was great to see. I think a lot of people were really happy for him. But, well, I mean, it's crazy to think we've got double 3 wide up ahead. And they've got to be careful. You don't want to wreck early on. And, oh, and Lee got the wall, but they're going to keep it straight. Allen might get shuffled to the middle again. Anthony on the move in the 39, and here goes Nichols. In the 3, the Autodesk Fusion 360 Chevrolet. Here comes the 71 on the inside, Rogers as well. So, highly entertaining start so far here at Atlanta, but they've kept it clean for the first 11 laps so far. That's good to see, particularly after what happened last time. Of course, we had a lot of green flag running there in the middle of the race, but so much of it towards the end was just a crash fest. It's still Dawson Miller in the lead. Caesar continues to work on Henry Gore for that second position. Although he's under attack here. Here comes the 39. I tell you what, 39 looked good last week and then just kind of fell off. Disappointed with the result. Allen trying to get to the inside of the 3 of Nichols has gone way up the racetrack. And Allen looking to get his way back into the top 5, and it looks like he will here across the line. So right now, he still wouldn't be the points leader, all things considered. Rogers moving his way up past the 71, although he's set up the racetrack. They might be 4 wide! 4 wide! Oh boy, that was close. I got worried about 4 wide because there were 4 wide last time, and it caused a bit of a kerfuffle, a bit of a bingle. And yeah, we don't want to see that. We don't want to see that. We keep these cars clean green for as long as possible. Of course, we had that race at Darlington a few weeks ago. That was totally clean. Oh, not totally, but caution-free. As here comes the 25 now to the inside. Gore got the wall probably a little too hard. You see it does run up against the wall on the outside. They go right up against the wall in turns 1 and 2. Oh, sorry, heading into turn 1, apologies. And they run the outside. Here goes Gore. He might try and take the lead here on the 48. He got a good run off the turn. Here he goes to the inside. And he's not a factor right now, Henry Gore, in terms of the championship, but he is, or at least compete. Oh, it's not a driver that will win the championship, but certainly messing around. Well, not messing around. That's not really the right word to say, but he's playing around with it because Miller right now, he's led all the laps so far in this race. Gore is going to change that. He's going to lead a lap here across the line, but the 48, I mean, winning is the best way to close up on the 14 and get around him in the championship. And Brandon Bent here, 2-time series champion. It's been a rough year for him, only the 1 win at Talladega. He looked good in the early portion of the year, but in recent races kind of fell off, and that's been disappointing for the 27. He's in a good run right now. Caesar to the inside of his teammate for the 2nd position, so don't know how Isaac Nichols, the team owner, would be reacting to that, particularly as you got Allen back in there as well. But Gore continuing to lead here in the 72 with Miller, then Caesar. Rogers up here to 5th behind Allen. He's had a good start. Oh, whoa, whoa, careful, careful, careful! My goodness. That could have been ugly. They were definitely making contact there, Brock and Nichols doesn't want to be involved in an accident. Nobody does, obviously, but yeah, sometimes it just happens. Sometimes there is just nowhere to go, and that one, thankfully, they were able to avoid from happening, or from causing. Miller, Caesar, Allen, top 4 have got a little bit of a gap. They're all really close to each other, but they've got a bit of a gap back to Rogers. Here goes the 48 to the inside, and they will be side by side into turns 1 and 2. Caesar trying to get the high line to work as Allen's on the inside of him. Down the back. Looks like the 48 may get him here. He got a pretty good run. It's still side by side. Off into 3 and 4 and move Dawson Miller back to the lead, and Allen's going to follow him to 2nd maybe, although Gore's not going to give up without a fight, obviously. Rogers thought about diving in there, but decided against it. He may lose out as Brandon Bent's now to the inside. Gore trying to hang on that outside lane. He's got the 25 behind him. They're going to be side by side now. The 25 is going to drop a little bit lower. He's going to run more of a middle lane. And looks like Alan will get the position. Here comes 25. Trying to make a move possible. Well, he's got to be careful here at the 14. Ooh. Miller's got ahead. As now Cool way up the racetrack. That's actually too far. That's too high in the turns. Just out of the groove, really. There's just not as much grip up there, and War finds out the hard way as he's going to lose. He's going to fall back to at least 4th. So Rogers on the inside, Caesar on the inside. Here goes Rogers. He's going to make it 3 wide here for 3rd position. So he's been moving his way up here. And oh, that's a little too low. That's a little too low. There's no grip up there. Down there, and that's it's not somewhere you want to be. Oh, contact! And Brock is around. Oh, he saved it, but he got into the wall. Oh, and Davenport, Simon, and now they're in the wall. Now they're in the wall, and it's Clifton and Rose, 2 chase drivers, freezing sideways. Oh, and that's a big hit. I think that was Stapleton. It is the 97. Tanya Breyer, and Clifton's car is destroyed, and that's it. He's done. He's done. That's it for Clifton. He is probably out of the championship. Damage on Stapleton, damage on Carter Freeze, and that's 2 of the SoFlo Toyotas caught up in it. The 40 of Jamie Rose, she was so far an outside chance, but she's probably done as well, officially. That was a long wreck. Eli Bright with damage, and the 95 as well. He was an outsider as well, so he's probably done. I think Watson probably, looks like he got through it. I don't think he has any damage from what I can see. Brock was certainly... Davenport, I mean, the 2 hair gel cars there getting sideways. Somehow they didn't get more damage, those 2 cars, which is amazing, as everyone's coming down the pit road, which isn't a surprise at all. So we'll see here. It's Battle of the Pit Crews. I know it's early, but it is so important to nail every pit stop here. Of course, we are only on lap 24, so, there is still so much time left in this race for anything to make your way back through the field, but rather, here we go. Oh, and Alan's going to get ahead, so Alan jumps the 48 on pit road. That's big. That's a big moment in the race in the championship. And I think it was... And there was Dominic Anthony, Simon Nichols, and I think Caesar was the top 5 off of pit road. That's a big moment. Not just in this race, but in the championship. Tristan Allen gets the race lead. Good pit stop by the DW boys. Well done down there as they get ahead of their main title rival. How about that? For DW Motorsports, looking to win another Drivers' Championship, another Teams' Championship. Do it all again. Let's take a look at what happened to trigger the first caution of the day. Big crash in turn 3. So this is why the caution comes out. It's Rogers here. He goes too low in turn 1. Try to make it 3 wide. Goes slow. Rally slows up. William Brock dives through the middle. Rogers comes up into Brock. Brock gets sideways. And they keep it straight for the time being. You see Clifton gets a piece of it there. Davenport, all these guys. Davenport's going to come up. Trying to get around the 6 and the 1. Comes up into Rose. Gets sideways. Keeps it together. Then Clifton comes up. Trying to get around the 1. It goes up into Rose. And they go up into the wall. Collects Cody Smart. Collects Carter Friesen. And Friesen and Clifton both had very good runs last week. Tough break for both of them. You see Eli Bright runs into it right there. Clifton gets into the wall. Friesen sideways. And then Tanya Breyer gets collected right there. And then bang. Right there. Stapleton tears the right front out of the 97. That's a lot of damage on the AccuDoc Ford. His bad luck continues. And you see the 59er Xavier certainly got a bit of damage on the outside lane there. That's a tough break for all involved, but particularly the chase drivers. Clifton, 22 back. His championship challenge is probably done. He isn't on board. And they nearly got away with it too. They nearly saved it again, but it wasn't quite to be. And look at the damage on that Glad Toyota. I think it tore the right front out of his car as well. Lots of damage. Benny Watson here in the 96, coming into this race 3rd in the championship. And he keeps it low. Nice job. And you see there's the Stapleton hit. Unfortunate those guys didn't come down the track earlier. Here's his teammate, Eli Bright. 2 NS Racing Fords in this one. Yeah, and Bright tried to slow down. He couldn't slow down in time. He just runs into the back of Carter Friesen. Nowhere to go. What you could have done. Here's Alexander Rowe back here, 51. Whoa, that was very close. he nearly got the 51. He nearly got the 6 into him. Gets away with it. And here's Jake Rogers. You see he's below the yellow and he's slow. Yeah, he had no idea William Brock was coming. He had no idea, so he's come up expecting no one to be there, and that's what happens, unfortunately. Tough break for all involved. But anyways, Tristan Allen's the race leader. Let's take you back to the green. Coming back to the green this time, Tristan Allen. Great pit stop by the DJI Ford crew. Gets him into the lead of this race for the first time, with Dawson Miller in second, Dominic Anthony third, Simon Nichols and Julio Caesar the top 5. And guys out of the race, including Noah Clifton, most notably. He's out of the race, and his championship challenge as a rookie looks done. And Brandon Bent got hit on pit road, and sometimes in NR2003. We've seen this a couple times this year, and I think it's happened to Brandon Bent at Chicagoland. You get hit on pit road and you stall the car, and that's what's happened to Brandon Bent. And this is twice now it's happened to him in the chase, so he's now a lap down. The bad year continues for the 27. But his teammate, Tristan Allen, looking to win the race, looking to win the championship. He'll be the leader. As coming back to the green, pace cars on pit road. And green flags out. We are underway here in Atlanta. Down the back, see the guys out, Stapleton as well, so those two guys heavily damaged, and then Breyer, Rose, the 46 of Friesen, Bryce, I mean all those guys. John Andrews also got a piece of it in the 55, so those are some of the guys involved, and they're still in the lead lap, but they're probably pretty off the pace. And Anthony goes to second. He's not a factor probably for the championship unless the 14 and 48 wreck out, probably. I mean, who knows? He needed a lot to go his way to be a championship winning driver this year, but don't think it's going to happen. He's on the inside here with a 48. Kean Rowley's moved his way up as well. He's had a good run so far in this race. Number 10. Look down the order just a little bit. We're trying to get to Porkers here. They're 3 wide through the middle comes Caesar. The middle lane is certainly the place to be. Remember, there was that big crash with Caesar and Diego Yepes earlier in the year. I mean, that was a big moment in which Yepes slid up the racetrack and Caesar's trying to run, just got the run on the high side and didn't quite clear. How about Addison Steinbach? He started way down the field and he has moved his way up into the top 10. In the 53, he's ahead of Kelly Lee, his teammate. Oh, and Richard Fridge is on the apron. Same thing we saw with Rogers. He's got to be careful here coming back on the racetrack. Looks like everyone's going to keep themselves safe this time, so keep themselves under control. 26, of course, still has a shot at the championship, but pretty far out of it. Look down the order. There is the 96. There is the 51. They're battling really mid-pack right now. That's just inside the top 20. 18th and 19th at the line. So they can move their way up through the field. Not really helping, or not really doing the most there. There is Jake Rogers. Now he is a big loser on pit stops because he actually had to repair the rear of that car. He's down in 26th and is falling back. You see, he's got Eli Bright who's got a damaged front end on that car. He's on the 3 wide on the inside. So things have quickly fallen apart for Rogers. It looks like he has right side damage as well as Bright is sliding up the racetrack. They're going to go 4 wide. Oh, that is way too close. They keep it together. Nice piece of driving there. Now, these are some of the guys. Jamie Rose. Carter Friesen. There's the 46. There's the 56 of Breyer. I mean, these guys are well off the pace and with a lot of damage. And the leaders will be catching up to them soon. Anthony all over the back of the 14. He's looking to go to the lead here. Looking to make up for what happened last week at Nashville, last race in Nashville, as Porkins down the inside. The 3 Gifford cars all up here in the top 4, although none of them are championship contenders. Really, all these guys, Porkins included. I mean, Porkins has had some bad... I mean, he was up there as a serious threat for a while, and then had a bad race at Darlington, and that really set him back. Hasn't been able to recover, didn't have a great run last week at Nashville, so he hasn't really gone his way. How about Noah Kim in the Lynn Sheets Chevrolet, a guy who's not coming back to the series next year. Good luck to whatever the future holds for him, but he's having a very good run. He's going out... Looking to go out in style here. He's moved his way to the top 10. Very good run for the 15. And really good to see out of Lynn Sheets to see him up here. Oh, whoa! Careful! Careful, that was Nichols and Rally, a couple of Nicotech teammates. And that's kind of what we saw. That's what I was talking about before with the Caesar accident. Cars sliding up into each other and really causing a massive accident. Now, we need to talk about this car. This is the 44 of Sydney Curtis. There's been a lot of talk with this car. It missed the first 2 races, got the 96 behind it. But this is the old Brandon Nelson car that was driven earlier in the year by Nelson and a Smart Motorsport Ford. It's now a Melee Motorsport Ford. The team will be getting Toyotas from next year as they're getting, Tanya Bray is getting lapped in the 56. That's St. Anthony way back down the order in the 39, so he's a really big loser there. Must have got stuck behind the 56 a bit. He shuffled the order up quite a bit. Colin Denton now in the top 5. There he is in the 21. He's one of those drivers I was mentioning before. It's in the regular season championship. Oh, non-chaser championship, I guess. 17th in points. But back to Sydney Curtis for a minute. And Manly Motorsports, that team will be running Toyotas next year. From what we're seeing. So it's a good run for them so far. Good run for Kim as well in the 15. Couldn't quite get around the 39. There's Kim down in the 8th position. As Pockets here is closed in on Allen. Caesar's going for 3rd. We're going to catch up to Carter Friesen here. Friesen had a great run last week at Nashville. He finished 6th. And wasn't really up there. He's going to block the 14. That may open the door for the 71 to potentially go to the inside, although that's not going to happen. Allen's going to force his way down on the inside and we'll get past the 46 before the 71 even has an opportunity to go past the 14. Gorn out of the inside of Caesars. There's a battle on for the lead once again with Hawkins. He thought about a move to the inside but couldn't quite make it happen. Gorn looking to try and get to the inside, looking to get some help from these Toyota brethren, but that happened. Maybe not yet anyway. Now he's going to get that help. Friesen's going to move way up top and block the 25. So Caesar made the move and then lost out thanks to lap traffic. So he'll be a bit frustrated by that. You've got Miller. He's moved his way back into the top 5 in the 48 after a tough restart. Caesar here on the inside of Henry Gore. They're going to be side by side here into turns 3 and 4. Approaching the halfway mark in this race. Still a long, long way to go. Here comes Anthony way down low to the inside. He's going to shuffle a 48 to the top. And also the middle. Now you see Gore up in the way, the gripless area, I guess. Part of the track. Going to catch up to Jamie Rose. Another lap car here. So we'll get a lot of this throughout the rest of this race. And it may, you know, if things... I mean, we've seen lap cars, they can cause cautions, so if they're not careful. So hopefully that does not happen. But look at the 48. He's going to get stuck up there behind the 40 unless he can shuffle 3 wide because Kim's on the inside. And Kim will get the position, and now the 48's going to get to the inside of Rose and get out of the way. Rose going to get out of the way. Nichols behind. He's going to clear as well. But Noah Kim's moved his way up now to 6th position. Good run for Noah Kim in the 15, the Cool Shirt Systems Chevrolet. Very good run. There's the 25 to the inside for 2nd. Hawkins trying to run on that outside. As Gore's way up there again. And Hawkins will be able to hold the 2nd position. All this battling is helping Tristan out now because the more laps he's led, the more laps he leads, more chance he's got of getting that extra bonus point as well. I mean, bonus points are so important Dawson Miller's got to try and make his way back up to the front. Caesar now. Still right on the back of the 71. 71 still up the racetrack, probably a little too much for his liking there. He didn't want that. Here goes Caesar to the inside here for second. He's going to try, and Anthony's going to try and go with him, although Porkins is just going to get the run on the high side and clear. So Porkins' car not that bad to be able to hold on to second place like that. Anthony thought about a move to the inside. Couldn't quite make it happen though. So for the time being, he's still going to hold on to fourth place. And, you know, just looking to finish the year on the high. I mean, you've got these guys here. Kim, of course, non-chaser. Miller back in here. Miller just needs to get a move on. So that 45? And it's just got to start getting a move on. It starts with the 15 right here. But I tell you what, the 15's doing a really good job. As Nichols to the inside of Colin Denton, of course, he's still got a shot as well at this championship. Now there's Watson. He's moved his way up. He's up into 15th position, so a good run for him so far. As we look back down the order, there is Alexander Rowe. These guys are still getting around Carter Friesen in the 46. There's Rogers in the 98. He's still outside the top 20 from what I can see, so he hasn't really moved his way forward. He just had to get that repair on the right rear of that car, and hasn't moved his way back to the field. Right now in 22nd. So, that's been a good run for him. Squad now trying to get to the inside. Miller has got around Noah Kim, so that's an extra point. It currently stands Tristan Allen, if he does go on to win this race, would be 12 points ahead. So, 12 points, it's not impossible, but it's certainly not something you'd want if you're Miller. As he tries to get inside here of the 72. Can't quite make it happen. Here comes the 3. Trying to get past Noah Kim. Kim's just got that outside run going to perfection. Denton trying to drive to the inside of Nichols. Good to see Denton have a good run after a couple bad races in recent times. Looks like the 3 will be able to hold on that outside lane. The outside lane, if you don't go too high, there's John Andrews. He got a piece of the crash. First caution, they're going to get to Breyer as well. So two of the, it's just been an awful year for Tanker Motorsports. Tanker Motorsports with the 55 and the 56, and really all 4 of their cars have struggled. Race goes way off the pace, and here we go. This might be a battle. They've got a battle for the lead because Hawkins is going to get to the inside. They were 3 wide for a moment back in there as well, but keep it straight. Hawkins is going to use the lap car to his advantage, and he's going to take the lead here on lap number 50, coming to 51. He's got it at the line, so the 71 out in front for the first time today. Of course, you get a few bonus points if you do win the race. And it's 1 point for every position behind second through to 42nd. Breyer's car is way off the pace. 56. I have to think that maybe the league might have to step in with that car and get it off the racetrack. Here goes the 14. He's going to look to the inside. Yes, he is. The inside of the 71. He's going to try and take the lead back off him. Side by side down the back straight away. I think that Caesar's going to push the 14 here, so I think maybe the 14 will get the 71 here this time. Oh, Cody Smart is pitting in the 2. Now, I'm not sure if that's a scheduled stop or not. I would think it's a scheduled stop because you'd think about, well, these guys came in on lap 23, lap 24. You'd think about a 30 lap run because it was a caution. Yeah, so this must be scheduled because the 59's pitted as well. He didn't look like he got too much damage from the accident, but still, some is some. He's got to be careful with these guys coming. Oh, gee whiz. Caesar was trying to get on pit road. That nearly went awfully for him. As Porkins moves into the lead once again. So we'll see here in terms of the pit stops how this all plays out for the 14 and the 25 and all these guys, and then Porkins and Anthony, who stayed out. This is a big stop because they might be able to stretch it to the end. This might be another one of these fuel stop races. Sorry, fuel strategy races. Might be one of those races. Here comes the 71 onto pit road, and I do like how these guys have stretched it out an extra lap. They've been able to get more out of their fuel, and they should be. I mean, they should be able to make it, I would think, but they might not. You saw what happened at Darlington. I thought they could make it, and some guys had to pit again. There's the 14. I think he won the race off of pit road. He's got Caesar behind. That's a big start for the 14. Gore's third. Steinbach in fourth. Good run for the 53 so far in this race. Moved his way up through the field. There's Lee. Nichols fell back a little bit. Fridge. How about Sidney Curtis in the 44? And Miller fell back hard because he was really... He was up with the... was it the 14? Oh, it wasn't with the 14, but certainly higher up. Now behind Yapez, Curtis. Richard Fridge has got left side damage apparently, according to that. So we'll see here in terms of... Okay, so these guys are not going to get out ahead of the 14 and 25. 14 and 25 are gone. So left side damage on the 71 here, so 15 back in here. Andrew's way up top. He's a lap down. He's not a part of this. So we'll see here. So in relation to where these guys are. So 4th and 5th and 6th. Right now these three are. And Kimmins going to move his way up to 4th here because Hawkins got shuffled out of the groove by Steinbach. So Kim moves up to 4th place. What a run for him and Lynn Sheets Motorsports. What's been a really disappointing year. They had Brandon Nelson miss the show. Now Steinbach just drives around him. So maybe... So 53 looking strong here on this... quickly here on the... after the pit stop. Walked out to the inside as well. He looks like he'll get up to 5th. So anyway, back to the lead. Allen has got a 5.5 tenth gap to Caesar. And right now those two guys are in their own stratosphere because Gore is 2.6 seconds back off the lead. Long, long way back as Carter Friesen finally pits. So he's a long, long way back and certainly not, right now, certainly not a factor. We need a caution to become a factor. How about Christian Vargas here in the 43? Give him some love because he's had a really rough go of it. He's really, I mean, seriously, he's had a real. When I say he's had a really rough go of it, that team, they've had a really rough go of it. Look down the order. Watson here is up to 11th. Of course, he was 25th at one point, so he's done well marching his way through the field. There is the 48, and the 48 is 15th. That's a massive blow, particularly if Allen wins this race. Curtis is ahead in the 13th position, so Miller's actually 14th, apologies. And Caesar's all over that, so he's caught up to Allen, and these two guys are way out in front of everybody, but it's not impossible that the guys behind, if they could catch up if they do get their act together and the lap traffic goes in their way, as Jamie Rose demonstrates. And looks like Caesar is going to get up here into the lead here, and he does, so he clears. So Allen must be getting a little bit frustrated here with the lap traffic. It happened before. Gave Hawkins the lead momentarily. Now it's happened with the 25, so a bit of frustration there. But this is the first time Caesar's actually led this race, despite starting on pole. Look back down here. How about Steinbach in 4th? It's a great run for him. Vargas is closing in here on these guys as well. 71 to the inside. And looks like he will... So he'll get him, and Anthony might follow through. A little bit of left side damage for the 71, so maybe it's clips on the way in potentially. And these guys, if they stay straight and not try and pass each other, they have a better chance of closing in here and getting sleep because they're down to 2.3 seconds. It was, sorry, 2.4. It was 2.6. I know it's not a lot, but still a bit. Now getting around Jamie Rose here. Oh, careful. I thought Gore was going to come down to Noah Kim, but he didn't. And Gore, a big loser that time because he was 3rd. He's now going to fall back to 8th because Vargas is going to get him too. So Vargas up to 7th. What a run for Vargas in this race. Back up to the lead. Another lap car. Tanya Breyer. I think this is the 3rd time they've got around the 56. Must be just above minimum speed if I had to guess. Tristan Allen right now in second place. He's led the most laps in this one. Right now that would be 43 points. Benny Watson's up to 9th apparently. 3 wide back in here. That's Anderson Steinbach way down low. Anthony in the middle. Hawkins up top. Anthony's going to get the position. So these guys continue to battle back in there. Now the 39's going to get to the inside of Brea. Hawkins will have to slot in line here. Oh, careful. We don't want to wreck the 56 there. It's probably not the best thing to do for Hawkins. But Hawkins went down with, what is that, 5th place. So here's the 96. He's up to 8th. So he's coming forward. He's, what is that, 35 points. So he would be an 8-point gain for the 14. And there is Miller. He's down in 14th position. So 30 points. So that's a 13-point swing for Tristan Allen. So Allen, right now, even if he doesn't win this race, certainly putting himself in a good position. But Watson is coming straight through the field as we continue to battle for the lead. Allen got around the 25 while all that was going on, while we're looking down the order, and here comes the 25 back at him. So good battle here between these two guys, but if they continue to battle, he does slow them down, and the guys behind will get an incentive to get around or close in onto these guys. They've got to be mindful of that as they're now single file. But there's 96. He's got around Henry Gorse, so he's up to 7th, so he is on the move. 36 points. Got Nichols back in there. He's got 33, so that's a 10-point difference. That would be very difficult to come back up from 27 points right now, I think. Math might be avoiding might not be my strength right now. But the 96 has moved way up. Vargas up to 6th is phenomenal as well. Give him some more credit for that. Steinbach up in 4th. I mean, Anderson Steinbach, if he finishes 4th, it'll be a career best finish for the 53. So here comes the 71. Trying to get past to the inside. And with Allen running as well as he is, he's the 2nd highest chaser, so anyone that was over a race back right now will be eliminated. Vargas is trying to make it 3 wide to the inside, and he will make it 3 wide to the inside. Doesn't hit the apron, although he slides up the racetrack. So is Porkins for that matter. Steinbach's going to be the big loser. He's going to lose a few positions here because Vargas is still on the inside of 71, and Watson thought about going 3 wide, but didn't make it happen. And so Christian Vargas in the 43 is going to get up to 4th here in not much time at all. They're going to be side by side into 1 and 2. Porkins trying to fight back on the outside. They're going to be side by side down the back straight away, and it looks like the 71 may. Here we go, 3 wide. Watson going 3 wide to the inside to get up to 4th. Yeah, he won't be able to, not yet anyway. Vargas through the middle, trying to hang on to 4th. Now Steinbach through the middle of the 53. He shoved his nose down there. So Vargas up to 4th. He cleared them all. And Steinbach coming through the middle. Great to see the 43 and the 53 up here. Battling for a top 5 position. But Watson's now cracked the top 5. He's up into 5th place. That's 38 points for Watson. And Allen's still in 2nd. So that is a 5-point. So that would be a 17-point difference. That is certainly not impossible. He's going to the inside of Vargas, so he may make it 16 here in no time at all. But this is all banking on Tristan Allen finishing 2nd. If Tristan Allen were to win this race, that's an extra 4 points. So it would make things extra difficult. So Watson and Miller and all these guys have got to hope. Like Nichols for that matter. I mean, they got to hope that Tristan Allen does not win this race and finishes 2nd. Steinbach on the inside here of Vargas. Vargas sliding up the racetrack. Here comes so I thought the 71 was going to make a move, but didn't. It's still side by side. Battle of the Dodgers. And the 53 is going to get up and get the field. Oh, not quite. Vargas is coming back at him. And Watson is coming at Dominic Anthony as well. Caesar's pulled out a little bit of gap on the 14. And of course, the big thing still is we don't know if these guys can make it off fuel as they're sliding up the racetrack. Got to be careful. We don't want to see what happened late in the running in the 400 earlier this year. Watson may make a move on the 39. With Miller down in 14th position, and he's trying to get around, but Brandon Bent's a lap down. But with Miller down in 14th, it's not good for Miller. How about Sidney Curtis in 13th position on debut? Nice drive and nice run for Maley in their first start of the season. Watson to the inside here. He's got to the inside for third. And he might get him here, although the 39 looks like he's not going to give up without a fight. Caesar continuing to lead. Allen's still in second, so this is still good for Watson. I don't think he'll get to second, but he may get third.
you know I'm ready to fall. And my back is against the wall. I wanna come out fast. I'm gonna come out fast. I'm gonna let you know I'm ready to fall. And my back is against the wall. I wanna come out fast. I'm gonna come out fast. There's a story in my veins with scars on every page. It's written on my face, I'm a born survivor. When I'm staring in the mirror, I'm not holding back the tears. All the hurt that brought me here only takes me higher. I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna let you know. Whoa. I'm gonna let you know I'm not ready to fall. And my back is against the wall. I wanna come out fast. I'm gonna come out fast. I'm gonna let you know I'm not ready to fall. And my back is against the wall. I wanna come out fast. I'm gonna come out fast. When the final bell has rung, if there's air inside my lungs, gonna pick myself back up. No, I ain't hiding. When I'm standing at the gates and they ask me for my name, you can tell your Holy Ghost I'm a one-man riot. I'm gonna let you know